Hello, Virgos. Welcome in or welcome back to Midnight Morning Readings. Thank you for viewing me today. We are here to do your August 2024 monthly reading. This is good for all placements. I will start off by saying, August is going to be an intense month for a lot of the signs, especially with energies. We have two major astrological events that are happening this month. So on August 8th is the Lion's Gate, and that is going to be opening up, and we're actually in kind of the prequel for it right now, and it is going to some of the signs, people in the signs, they are feeling energy surges that are coming through because of the buildup that is coming with the opening of that Lion's Gate. And the other is on August 19th, we actually have a full blue moon that is going to be happening as well. So a lot of energies are going to be going and riding high a lot this month. So if you're not already feeling it, you may be feeling an increase in your energies that may be coming up, that may be building. So a lot of the readings I've been doing, they've been pretty intense. So we're going to get started and see what's going on with you. So you have attachments on the bottom of the deck, Angel of Strength, Door to Value, and Community. So a lot of things are starting to come together because you have finally started moving in a direction where you are letting go of things that don't serve you. So meaning you're when feelings and emotions are coming up for you, and you're remembering about past things that have happened to you, you're starting to say, you know what, that I'm just not going to let that bother me anymore. And you're slowly starting to work in a direction to where you're really understanding what you truly value, right? And, family, friends, those types of family, friends, work-life balance, other things that you had that maybe you haven't had, that you didn't have, you have a different appreciation for. But really starting to let go of some of those old attachments is really starting to help you open up your energies that are going on. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. Strongest energies for Virgos, please. Strongest energies for Virgos. Thank you. Strongest energies. Thank you for Virgos. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have a man holding the heart. You have deceit and a broken heart and anxiety. Attachments. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to say. You've been working through a lot of things here of late. You've been going through and processing a lot of things that you have been going through, because you've been sitting there looking at things and you're just like, I just am tired of these old emotions, these old feelings from past relationships or past family situations that have come in, because they're coming back and it's just like, you know what, I'm done with that. I'm tired of the same behaviors, the same attitudes, the same whatevers. And so you're coming to terms with who you are today and who you want to be tomorrow. And some of that actually may include letting people go that are in your life, or changing the relationship that you have with people that are in your life, because they're making you relive or reminisce about feelings and emotions that you just don't care to go back to, right? So when you're going through that, you have the woman holding a heart and a man holding a heart. So as you're going through this process, you're sitting here looking and you're saying, look, I know what I value. I know what I love, and how I want to love. And I know how I want that to be in return. And as I'm going through this process of letting go of those attachments, I'm looking at how other people are choosing to love me in return. And some of those I'm looking at and I'm just like, you know what? They're they're not they're not returning it the way that I feel I deserve to have it returned. So you may be letting go. You may be letting go of the relationship in some form, but maybe not in an other. Not that you're, because they may be family to where you're going to interact, but maybe they're not in that inner circle that you have all the time. And you're starting to evaluate all of that as you're going through this part of your life, and you're really starting to realize, what do I want? What don't I want? Because with the storm warning that is showing up, it's showing you that some of the decisions that you are going to be making when you are letting things go, there are going to be people or reactions that are going to come back at you that, you may be surprised. People may be more angry at you than what you thought, but they may also say things to you that maybe you didn't realize at the same time, because you've got the angel of balance and the thinking man. So as you are continuing to go through this, and you're really trying to figure out, that balance that you want to have in your life, to where you're sitting there and you're just like, I just don't want to do this anymore. Like, that part of my life is done. I'm ready to move on into certain things. So maybe you're not going out with friends after work all of the time, or you're not going to the same parties all the time, or maybe you're waiting until certain times of the day to respond to text messages or emails, because that certain person, they go out, they text you at 1 o'clock in the morning, and instead of doing that, you're putting a restriction on there that says, unless it's an emergency person that I want the text to come through, I'm just not gonna let them bother me and then have me up half the night. Those types of things is what I really feel like you're going through right now, and you're really figuring out what stresses you can have in your life, which ones you can voluntarily let go, right? So you're going through a lot right now. You're going through a lot right now. All right. So for your challenges and influences area, bottom of the deck, you have nature is calling to you. Time of guilt and shame ends now. And this is the blockage. This is the blockage that you've got. I'm going to tell you that right now. And the reason I'm telling you that you have that is because as you've been going through this, you have been letting go. You've been pulling yourself back or pulling yourself away from people that as soon as they call, you're like immediately ready to jump for them. And you're getting to the point now to where you need them, to where they need you more than you really need them in your life. And you're sitting there and you're just like, but are they really being a true brother, sister, partner, friend, coworker? Are they really reciprocating what you are giving out? And you are done feeling guilty about trying to pull away from those individuals because they're getting angry at you instead of looking at in themselves about how much they really value the relationship themselves. And that's a them thing, not a you thing, right? So let's go ahead and see what else is going on in your challenges and your influences that are going on. Thank you. What else is going on for Virgos, please? Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Nope. Bottom of the deck, love of your dragon, and follow the path to your soul and recognize despair as an opportunity. And this is where you're at. This is where you have been feeling guilty, and you have been feeling just like, but if I leave them, what are they going to do? You're making yourself guilty for problems that they might be creating for themselves. And at the end of the day, like your inner soul, your inner spirit has been calling out to you and saying, look, they're the ones that are bringing the negativity in your life, not the other way around. If they're not willing to help themselves, you can't help them. So you've been working to rise above that, but feel the power of blood of your ancestors, cast a spell with your existence, deepest desires, and nature is calling to you. And this one came out, this has shown up twice. So as you are continuing, and you may be feeling like, oh my gosh, like I'm struggling with some of this, right? Like I'm feeling guilty because I'm letting go. I'm not letting their problems. I'm not letting them call me at 1 o'clock in the morning because it's something that they continue to do over and over. I'm looking at some of these things in a different way. And and you're pulling yourself back because you don't need their stress affecting your life. And so you're letting the guilt go. You're starting to get into that point to where you're just like, I'm not going to feel guilty about this anymore. And I'm moving forward with it, regardless of how they are or how they want to respond. So let's go ahead and see so how things are continuing to progress. Now, if you are an avid viewer and you have watched my videos in the past, or if you have not, typically when I get to this part of my reading, I only use one deck for the challenges and influences area that happened with each sign. However, when I was preparing to do my readings for this particular month and I was going through my decks, Spirit was extremely adamant about coming through and saying, I need to use my shadow deck as a clarifier for this particular area of the reading. So I have my shadow deck here, so I'm going to shuffle and let Spirit give some clarification to this particular area for you. Okay? So there we go. And so the card that they gave you is wasting time, and you're too busy escaping from reality to succeed. Figure out what matters and drop the distractions, and that's what you're doing. So you need to stop feeling guilty about constantly letting other people's emotions and problems and insecurities continue to weigh you down. And you've been feeling guilty about doing that. The Spirit is coming through and they're just saying, no, like this is something you need to do because you're ready to move on. And Spirit will help the other person when they are ready to move on. Okay? So as we're moving on with the reading, we're going to take a peek into your most recent past messages to see what has led you up to where you are today. And so on the bottom of the deck, you've got pleasure, deceit, suffering, like so again, this is you were, whether you were going out with friends, it was family gatherings, it was maybe going out with coworkers or something. You just kind of started to feel like you were in this vicious cycle, and you're just like, it's the same stuff over and over. Thank you. Over and over and over again. And you finally have gotten to a point, things have changed in your life in a particular way to where you're like, I'm done with this. You know, it's the same stuff over and over. It's the same drama. Thank you. And it's everything else, and it's just like, you know what, I'm just ready to kind of focus on my life and what I want to do and my family and what's important to me. Okay, so for your most recent past embodiment, you've got a new life, you've got a new outlook on things. You've been moving into this direction. You've got purpose. You've been doing the shadow work of letting things go, of letting attachments of things go that aren't serving you. You've been moving in this direction to where you're just saying, you know what, I just don't need this anymore, because the emotions and the feelings that, you know, the support that I have been giving to them is not being reciprocated when I need it. And so that's, again, this is that unconditional love. You were giving, giving, giving all of the time for everything. And you finally made the decision and say, I'm not walking away from them because I still love them. I still care for them. I still want to do for them. But I'm going to start setting boundaries, and I'm going to start setting limits to what I give. And, you know, because if not, they're going to keep taking, and it's draining you, right? So let's go ahead and ask Spirit to give us some clarifiers for your most recent past messages for where you are at. Thank you. Anything else? Clarifiers for Virgo? So they've given you the Wheel of Fortune. And I really feel this is a pivotal moment for you, and that happened in your most recent past, that there was something major that happened that made you really start realizing and focusing on things. And by recent past, it doesn't necessarily mean that this event transpired last week. It means that it is still active in your past. This could have been something that happened 6 months ago, a year ago, but it is still very active in your life today. And so it's giving you this momentum of reevaluating the people and the situations that you have in your life, of saying, this is what I want, this is not what I want, and I'm going to move forward of how I need to. And so that Wheel of Fortune shows that we are moving forward and we're not moving backwards, right? So coming into your current message, to your current messages from Spirit, they have given you a lot already of saying that you have been on an emotional roller coaster, and you have really been doing a lot of shadow work and a lot of letting go of things and coming to terms with things and people that are in your life. So where you're at today, so you're definitely looking at how things are being received, and how people might actually be taking what you are doing and turning it around in order to use against you, or sabotage, or different things like that, in order for them to continue to play the victim, when in reality, they're not. They're actually the one that they may not even realize that they do it. They may not even realize that they do it. And that's something Spirit will work with them on, right? So I'm going to ask Spirit, let's go ahead and get some messages, current messages for Virgos, please. What is going on? Thank you. Current messages for Virgos, please. Thank you. Current messages. What is going on here with Virgos, please? Anything else? Anything else for Virgos? What is going on here? Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? On the bottom of the deck, fortitude, confidence. You're feeling good about this because you were right. You've been going through this and you've been questioning yourself. Am I doing the right thing? Am I being selfish by making this decision? But as you are seeing, after you're making the decision, you're seeing how things are unfolding. It's giving you more confidence and understanding that what you are doing is what is best for you, and it is playing out very um, uh, confidently. You're seeing that things are coming in, and your life is better, and you don't have as much stress with certain things. And so, you're having that confidence and that thing, because they also give you flow, and, with the self-expression, but it's allowing the energy, because you're not holding the negative energy, or, the burdens of others. You're actually taking them, and you're not holding on to them, which is allowing your energy to flow more freely. Okay. And so, it's giving you that opportunity to really evaluate your life and everything that is in it. And that's where this woman holding a heart and the man holding a heart is coming in, and the thinking man, because you're really looking at everything very holistically. You're looking at it and you're saying, this is what I'm giving out. Am I getting that in return? And this is how I am loving others. How are they loving me? And so you're constantly going through that, and you're making these steps that is moving you, because, when they've given you this, you're saying, is this the life that I want to continue to have until my dying days? And when you have this in here, people are going to be upset, especially if it's an individual that likes the drum, that likes to stir the pot, or likes to play the victim all the time. And so you're looking at your situation and you're saying, are these friends? Are these family members? Is this a significant other? Even it could be your children. You are not letting them go out of your life. You have been working to set boundaries within your life in regards to them, to try and help protect your energies, your love, your energies, right? So that's what you've been working on doing. And so this is leading you. So where this is bringing you to where you're at today is it's giving you a sense of balance. It's giving you a sense of freedom in a way to where you're just like, I'll listen to them. I'll help them the best I can, but I'm not going to carry it around for them anymore. Right? And so that's giving you that emotional and that energy freedom for things. That's where I feel it is. This message is coming out so easily and so freely from me that spirit is very, 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 very calm and very, very relaxed in how they are sending this message, because they are so confident that how you are doing this is the right thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get some clarifiers from spirit for your current messages. Thank you. Anything else for Virgos? So the card that they gave you is the Seven of Cups. And this is about choosing wisely, which is what you have really been doing. So if you actually look at this particular card in the Rider White deck, there are actually 7 cups that are on this particular card. And what it has is some of them are overflowing, some of them are partially full, some of them are full, some of them are empty. But at the end of the day, it's the choices that we make that determine the path of our lives, because we have free will. We have the ability to make our decisions as we want to. So as you are making these decisions, you're being very intentional about how you're making them and how you're going to actually start setting those boundaries, and how you're going to start having those conversations with those other people that are in your life. So it's not like you're just doing this at a drop of a hat and you're just doing it without any thought or love or compassion or anything. You're doing a very thoughtful, holistic thought process and approach to it as you are moving forward. So this is confirmation from spirit saying you're on the right path. We're here and we're helping you as you're going through this part of your life, right? Okay, so as we're moving in to, we're moving in towards, with August, and we're moving in closer to the end of the calendar year, we're going to take a peek to see what is coming in for your incoming messages from spirit. So on the bottom of the deck, you have time to take action, and this is new moon in Aries. And what I actually feel, so the new moon in Aries actually took place in April. I feel that this process, this what you have been doing started right about that time. And you have been doing a lot of contemplation, but you are now to the point to where you are actually taking steps to actually put it in place. That is what I really feel you are trying to do. And believe in the impossible on the bottom of the deck. At the very beginning of the reading, I told you there were 2 very specific events that were going to take place in August. The first one being the Lionsgate. The second is a full blue moon. And that is the second card that is down on the bottom of the deck. And it's believe in the impossible. It is the blue moon. So you are going to start seeing the fruits of your labors towards the end of August, on or around about the time of the blue moon that is going to take place. You are going to start seeing things coming back to you in a way that you never thought or didn't actually think it was ever going to happen. So that is why this has been such a very specific and important reading, that message that spirit wants to get out to the Virgos today. And this is going to be for specific Virgos that are out there that this is resonating with, because I feel like you're going to be hitting that pivotal moment around the blue moon. So let's go ahead and get some messages for incoming messages for you today from spirit. Strongest messages for Virgo, please. Spirit. Strongest. Strongest incoming messages for Virgos, please. Thank you. Strongest. Anything else for Virgos, please? Thank you. Anything else for Virgos? Thank you. Anything else? Nope. On the bottom of the deck, your energy is gaining momentum. So that's why I said, I really feel the blue moon that we're going to have on or around that time is when you're going to kind of hit your pinnacle with what you have been working on since April with this particular situation. And it's time to step out of your comfort zone and don't let the, don't let your past hold you back. And what is very interesting about these two cards is you got the North Node and the South Node. The beginning and the ending, the full cycle is what is going on. So you have been working on stepping out of your comfort zone, and now you are to the point to where you're just like, I'm not going to continue to dwell on the past. I am moving forward with everything. So, you're trying to find this balance, the angel of balance. You're trying to find where this is going to land you in new balance, because the end of a tough cycle approaches. And this is where I really feel this pinnacle is going to happen. Excuse me, on or around the blue moon that is going to come in, and you're going to start seeing a lot of the answers because the prosperity lies ahead. And so prosperity, as we know, is abundance, and it can come in so many different forms to us. And so this might be a spiritual abundance that you might be starting to feel, or an energy abundance, or, really starting to feel, different types of energies and love that are coming back at you as a result of this journey that you've been on since about the beginning of April. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get some clarifiers for your incoming messages from Spirit. Clarifiers for Virgo, please. Thank you. Anything else? I feel like there's one more that needs to come out. Anything out there? Anything else? Other clarifiers for incoming messages for Virgo. Thank you. So the last card that came out is your root chakra. This is firm foundation. This is also Four of Pentacles energy. So it's really resetting that foundation as far as how you want to build and move forward, because they also gave you the Two of Cups, but they also gave you the Eight of Wands. And if you've ever seen the Rider-Waite deck that you have, this is the only card, and I think but there might be one other card in the entire deck that does not have a person on it. It does in this deck, but because the Eight of Wands is the fastest moving card in the deck, things are going to start picking up. That pinnacle point that you're going to have, you are going to start seeing that the choices that you have been making are starting to come back in abundance for you. But you're also going to start seeing things move very quickly for you because of the decisions, the choices that you have been making, how they are coming back towards you. You're going to start seeing that abundance coming back very, very quickly. Okay. So don't be surprised if things, like I said, I really feel honor around the blue moon, around the August 19th. There's something, it's going to be kind of like that pinnacle. And then all of a sudden things are just going to go for you very, very quickly. Okay. So a lot going on that you have been working on since April through this point in time. You're going to start seeing the changes coming into effect and starting to manifest for you. And they're going to continue to do that, coming in and going through as you continue on, in the coming months. But so for those of you that this is definitely resonating as far as relationship, whether it's a romantic, it's a partnership, it's a family or a friend or something like that, we're going to go ahead and get a message card from Spirit for you. Thank you. And so, I love this card. They gave you intention, and this card does not come out very often. When your focus is clear, your real match appears. And this is reflection of the intention that you have been building, that you have been doing since April, that has been coming in, and those slow steps that you have been taking as you have been working on manifesting these relationships and these changes in your life. And so this is recognition that it is coming, like it is coming full circle, and you are going to start seeing that manifestation coming through for it. So if this is resonating as far as a work relationship or a work, money, career, finance, work type relationship or situation, we're going to go ahead and get, thank you. And so they gave you the star, they gave you the spotlight. And attract the right attention, follow your true passion. And that is where you have made this decision, at work, and saying, you know what, I don't need the drama at work. I don't need this at work because it's not helping me. So you've been working very diligently on shifting that focus at work as a means of trying to change the outcome or change, that manifestation so that it starts to come into where it's helping you and not hurting you. Okay. Very powerful reading, very specific for certain Virgos that are going to be out there this month. So I'm going to go ahead and get your final message card, and we are going to be wrapping up for the month of August, Virgos. Okay. All right. Final message for Virgos, please, Spirit. Final message. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. They gave you 2, patience and courage. And I think that sums it up. This is something you've been very, very diligent on working on. You have not made rash decisions. You have not made rash choices. You've been very thoughtful and had a very holistic approach to how you have been doing this. And now you have actually been working very, very hard to have the courage to actually see this thing through. And I think that is commendable for you, Virgos, that this is resonating with. That is your message for the month of August. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. I would be grateful if you'd hit that like, subscribe, and share button on your way out. And we will see you back here next time. Take care.